Anthony Albanese has taken a major hit in the polls, with voters naming him the weakest leader in decades. Olivia Casely is watching over this story for us this morning out of Canberra. Liv, the coalition this morning saying the Prime Minister's being distracted.
Yeah, well, with the federal election just around the corner, the opposition certainly seizing upon the latest Newspoll results, which show some voter dissatisfaction with Anthony Albanese's leadership. As you'll see here, the coalition's primary vote sitting at 39%, Labor's at 33%. If you drill down to the two-party preferred, both parties are sitting even, neck and neck at 50-50, suggesting perhaps we could well see a hung parliament after the next federal poll. As to this question about who would be the better Prime Minister, Anthony Albanese is still ahead of Peter Dutton at 45-38. But those surveyed were also asked about the leader's character traits, and just 44% of those surveyed believe Anthony Albanese is strong and decisive. That is the lowest rating of a Prime Minister since this question was first put to Newspoll respondents in 2008 when Kevin Rudd came to power. We've had representatives from both major parties on Sky News this morning, and each have been pointing the finger at each other.
They want to see a leader that isn't going to head off to a Katy Perry or a Taylor Swift concert or head off to a holiday house in Copacabana. They want to see a leader that is doing right by them, that has a plan for the economy, that is simply more than increased migration or increased government spending.
This Prime Minister has led a government that's acted pretty quickly with a number of issues like tax cuts, like energy bill relief, like cheaper childcare, like cheaper medicines, to ease that burden for Australians. And I think it's worth pointing out, Pete, that Peter Dutton and the coalition voted against all of those measures. So I think Australians would be a lot worse off if Dutton was leading the country.
We're seeing similar sentiment in a separate poll in the 9 newspapers this morning. That one shows that support for the government has slumped to a low of 27%. That's largely due to cost of living pressures. Pete?